Yes.
So welcome everybody.
Hi.
Pete and Dee. I'm sure you all know us, everybody out there. Yeah, so Power Express, we got 45 minutes. No time like the present. Child's pose. So knees out wide. Maybe a little bit wider tonight. Core on. So mula bandha, our pelvic floor lifts, and then our uddiyana bandha, pit of the belly, drawing in towards the spine and lift it up towards the heart. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, sinking hips down towards the heels. And I thought tonight I'd talk a little bit about persistence. They say ambition is the path of success, but persistence is the vehicle you arrive in. And for the times we're in now, we've locked down, you know, that bloody little virus has been persistent, hasn't it? But we have to be more persistent and smash it out of the water. We've got to keep on driving the numbers down by doing the right thing, and the majority of us are, which is good. And we're hopefully starting to see that. All our hard work, because it is hard work. Staying at home doing nothing is hard. That sucks. But we need to be persistent. And when we're persistent, we get the victory. And that's what we need for all of us. Might not be affecting you in the way it's affecting others, but we all are in this together, and we all need to be persistent and keep doing the right thing and get out of the position we're in. Take 3 more breaths. Ujjayi, switch it on. One more full breath in. Empty it all the way out. Let's take some cat cows. So come straight up onto all fours. On the exhale, curl the spine, drop the head. Inhale, drop and belly, gaze goes up. Then maybe close your eyes, breathe through it. So the habit of persistence is a habit of victory. So yeah, we need to make it a habit right now. Let's just take 2 more rounds. And then making your way into your downward facing dog. So plug the hands in, fingers nice and wide. Core is on. Walk it out so we lengthen through the hamstrings. We're going to need those. And just pedal your feet down, yep. Sit bones high. Dristy, back of the mat, or close the eyes. You know, the river can actually cut through rock, it can cut through a mountain, because it does it with persistence. It takes a long time. Hopefully it doesn't take us that long to get out of this bloody lockdown. But it's that persistence we have to keep thriving for, just doing. Then just coming into your breath, stillness, breathe, 3 breaths. So you may feel like you're doing nothing, but you are actually doing something. You're helping the cause. 1 more breath. Empty it all the way out. Let's just take a hip stretch, so right leg take it up, bend, and then just peel open through the hip. Left heel down. Really try to scissor open. 1 more breath in. Place it back to the mat. We'll swap it straight over to the other side. So lift it up, inhale, and peel it open. Right heel down. Breathe. 1 more breath. Back to the mat, out. Just take a breath in. Empty all the way out. And then just walk up to the front of the mat. Take a ragdoll, so feet hip width apart. Bend the knees, help that lower back. Yeah, hands to elbows. Take any variation you like. Bob, sway, release. 3 more breaths. Last breath. Release, halfway lift. So lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, fold, exhale. Let's take one more. Halfway lift, in, fold on the out. Come up through Tadasana, just take your time. Just for the first one, no head spins, bend through the knees, reach the hands all the way up, and then chair. Sink down into it. Nice and strong to start with. So, use the strength in the legs. Sink the heels back, send the heart forward, and then go a little deeper. Yeah, one more breath in, and then release, forward fold. Maybe knees stay bent. Take a halfway lift, inhale, and then step the left leg back into a pyramid, exhale. So drop the left heel, start to straighten the right leg, breathe. And it's that persistence in coming in these type of poses where we create the length in the hamstrings. A lot of us are very tight in the hamstrings and it can affect the lower back. It's that persistence, we keep coming back here to keep lengthening. So take one more breath in, empty it all the way out, then come forward into a low lunge, inhale, and then step the right foot back into a high push-up as you exhale. And we'll set it up nice and strong here. So heels push back, hands plugging in, lengthening through the body. Persistence is strength. Take a breath in, controlled all the way down to the mat. Just 2 cobras. Inhale as you rise, shoulder blades come together. Back to the mat. Try not to use the hands too much, all through the back. Inhale up. Downward facing dog out. Take a breath in, empty out, then walk back up to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Rise, inhale, 1 breath this time, and then sink down into your chair as you exhale. Breathe, focus, core on, and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. This time, right leg goes back into your pyramid as you exhale. Fold into it. Just stay, breathe. Every single exhale, see if you can just find a little bit more length. So just go a little bit deeper. One more breath. Empty it all the way out, lift the right heel, come back into a low lunge as you inhale, and then step that left leg back into high push-up. Exhale. Take a breath in, shift the weight forward, all the way to the mat again. Elbows tight to the ribs. 2 cobras again. Inhale. Maybe a little higher. Back to the mat. Exhale. Floating up. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a breath in. Empty out. Walk, step, or maybe a little float. Front of the mat. Halfway lift in. Fold out. Tadasana. Use the breath. Chair. Sink nice and deep. Breath in. Fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg back, pyramid. Exhale. Stay for the breath. Find some depth on the out. Low lunge. Inhale. High push up. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Down to low if you're ready. All the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. No breath. Back to the front. Halfway lift. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Inhale. Chest. Sink deep. Exhale. Breath in. Feel the chest. Fold. Out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Right leg back. Exhale into your pyramid. Breath in. Lengthen on the out. Come forward on the inhale, low lunge, and then straight to low push up. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale, take a breath. Empty out, front of the mat. Halfway lift, in, fold. Come back through Tadasana, inhale. Sink as deep as you can, exhale. Fill up again, and fold. Halfway lift, inhale, left leg back. Exhale, low lunge, not staying. Inhale, low push up, core on, exhale. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold deep. Stand in. Chest sink. Fill up. Fold. Halfway lift. Right leg back. Pyramid. Exhale. Low lunge. Inhale. Low push up. Exhale. Maybe float in the left leg. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Empty out. Float. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Stand. In. Chest. Sink. Fill up. Fold. Halfway lift. Left leg back. Exhale. Low lunge. Inhale. Everything on. Low push up. Exhale. Use the breath. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Front of the mat. Inhale. Halfway lift. Fold. That habit of persistence. Inhale is victory. Sink deep. Draw the breath in. Fold out. Halfway lift. Right leg back. A little bit deeper. Exhale. Come forward again. Inhale. Low lunge. Low push up. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more. Float to the front. Long spine. Fold. It's like a river. Cuts through the mountains. Sink. Fill up. Fold. Halfway lift. As deep as you can. Pyramid. Left leg back. Exhale. Low lunge. In. Low push up. Out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Nice and deep. Rise. Chair. Utkatasana. Fill up. Fold. Halfway lift. Right leg back. Pyramid. Exhale. Come forward. Low lunge. Inhale. Back into your low push up. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take 4 breaths here. Stay in your down dog. Plug in. It's that persistence that allows us to keep moving. Just keep on going. One more breath. Exhale all the way out. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. In. Fold out. Tadasana. Inhale. Surprise, surprise. Chair. Exhale. Stay. Fill up. Sink a little bit deeper. Then stalk. Right knee. Reach it up. Inhale. And then just take it straight into Warrior 3. Exhale. So right leg goes back. Keep the hips square. Hands out in front. Or draw them into the heart. Switch everything on. Nice and steady. Dristy. Fix it. One more breath. Exhale it out. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Reach all the way up. And then sink into your depth. And just embrace the pose. Using all that leg strength. The dristy, just to fix that gaze. Be within. Be completely in the pose. Fill up again. Sink a little bit deeper. One more breath in. From here we find our standing split, so that happens on an exhale in flow. So hands to the mat. Oh, I've got the wobbles. Right leg to the sky. And we'll stay. Maybe take the balance.
stay for 3. From here we find our low push-up for 2. So if you have spirit dive in your practice, feel free to take spirit dive or just step it back into low. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, exhale, take a deep breath in. Empty it out. Float, front of the mat. Halfway lift, fold. Tadasana, use the breath to rise. Chair sink deep. Fill up. Even more depth. Left knee, reach it up. Store. Inhale. Warrior 3, kick it back. Exhale and stay. Strength. It's the persistence of building that strength through all our asanas. Allow us to take those poses a little bit deeper. One more breath in. Empty it out. Drop the left foot. Inhale, reach up. Crescent. And then sink. Plugging the feet into the mat. Really grip down. Using all the strength in the legs. But still nice and soft through the shoulders. So in flow, when we come into our standing splits, it's on an exhale, and we stay for the inhale to maybe take the balance. So in we come, straight into your standing splits. We'll stay as we set this up this side. So through flow, exhale, then an inhale. Forehead close, down to the shin, maybe the balance. Stay for 3, for 2, place the hands, find your low push-up. Then upward facing dog, draw the breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale, take a full breath in. Empty it out, let's flow. Float to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Tadasana in. Chair as deep as you can, out. Right knee, reach it up. Warrior 3. Strength, persistence. Crescent lunge, reach the hands up. Standing splits on the out. Right leg to the sky. Stay for the breath in. Maybe spirit dive to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. No breath. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Tadasana in. Utkatasana. Out. Left knee. Take it up. Warrior 3. Kick it back. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Standing splits. Left leg to the sky. Exhale. Stay for the breath in and flow straight to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a breath in. Empty it out. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Tadasana. Chair sink. Right knee up it comes. Warrior 3. Hands out in front. Crescent, land into it. Standing splits. Stay for the breath. And flow straight to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Stand, rise. Chair, deep. Left knee, up it comes. Warrior 3, keep the hips square. Anjali Asana, draw the breath in. Standing splits, out. Breath in for the depth. Low push up, out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale, one breath. Empty it out. Front of the mat. We go again. Halfway. Fold. Tadasana. Chair, how's the leg? Sink it down. Right knee, reach it up. Warrior 3. Push through it, persistence. Crescent lunge, in. Standing splits, out. Forehead to shin, breath in. Dive to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Front of the mat. You can do it, stay with it. Halfway. It's that persistence, the habit. Fold. Tadasana. Chair, sink deep. Left knee, up it comes. Reach it back. Crescent, inhale. Standing splits, exhale. breath in, and float. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Exhale, take a full breath in. Empty out. Persistence, you've got one more flow, front of the mat. Last one, I promise, halfway lift. Fold, cutting through that mountain. Sink. Right knee as high as you can. Warrior 3, brace, feel strong. Crescent lunge, inhale. Standing splits, maybe a little bit deeper. Exhale, breath in. And flow to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Last one, front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Tadasana in. Chest, sink. Left knee, up it comes. Warrior 3, with purpose. Crescent lunge, in. Standing splits, out. Breath in. And flow. Low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. You're there for 5 breaths. Stay in your down dog. It's that persistence. Not giving in. Keep on going. Got 2 more breaths. Use it. Energize the body. It's our fuel, which allows us to keep going that persistence. Last breath, really fill up. Empty all the way out. Walk, step or float back to the front. Halfway lift in. Fold out. Tadasana, we've been here before. Inhale. Yes, we have. Chair. Exhale. Sink it deep. Draw the breath in. Then draw the hands to heart. Long spine. And then take your twist. Left elbow, right knee. Now it's power. So if you've got side crow, away you go. If you haven't, maybe just play with the setup. Persistence on keep going. That victory comes over time. Doesn't happen straight away. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And fold, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold out. Stand again. Tadasana. Back into our chair. Exhale. Plenty of them tonight. Breath in. Hands to heart. Lengthen through the spine. And then twist again. Other side. Sink deep. Side crow. Match it. Balance it out. Otherwise, just rotate shoulders. Sink deep as you can. Two more breaths. Last breath. And release. Fold. Take a halfway lift again. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Tadasana. Inhale. Geez, he's being bloody persistent with these chairs tonight, isn't he? Sink nice and deep. I told you the other night these are my new friend. Because they have to be. Breathe in. Sink a little bit deeper. Take another breath in. And then you're going to find boat. However you can, as gracefully as you can, and then up we come, core super on, support legs, maybe not, maybe straighten them, we stay for 5, persistence in building the strength, 4, 3, 2, slowly lower down, 5, control to low boat, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight to bridge. Place the feet down, heels towards hips. In line with the, heels towards bum, in line with the hips. Yeah, using the leg strength to rise. And coming up on the shoulders so you get that beautiful stretch through the top part of the spine, the thoracic. Yeah, reach them up as high as you can. Beautiful. Breathe in. And out. Now, push your left leg into the mat. Right leg's going to rise up. Use it, inhale, reach it up. Stay for the exhale. See if you can take up a little bit higher. Place it back to the mat. Exhale, swap it straight over. Right leg grounded, left leg up. Reach it up, inhale, stay, breathe out. Fill up a little bit higher.
place it back down on the mat and coming slowly down using that core to Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, knees out wide, close the eyes. One more breath. And then coming back up in a bridge, all wheel. You've got 2 more. So set yourself up. Maybe take wheel if you haven't taken wheel for a long time. Otherwise, just coming back up in a bridge, 3 of your own breaths. So you can play, you can do those leg raises, or you can just play with coming up as high as you can, making sure everything's switched on. Core on, drishti, breath, breathe. A little bit higher, 1 more breath, release. Internal hip rotation this time. Knees in, feet wide, eyes closed. So the biggest thing that's going to upset our persistence is resistance. So we need to paralyze that resistance and keep on pushing through. Keep on persisting. 1 more back extension. Slowly come up. Bridge or wheel. It's your last one. Again, 3 of your own breaths. Nice and strong. Breathe. Use the inhale to rise. Every time you breathe in, come up a little bit higher. Awesome. 1 more full breath. Slowly release. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, knees out wide, eyes closed. Two more breaths. Last breath. Then hug your knees in your chest. Squeeze them in, do some little massaging circles if you need to. And then hands behind knees, you're going to rock and roll to chair pose. It's our last chair. So see if you can get up there. May need a couple to get there. Here we go. Oh, chair, last one. Nice. These are a lot more graceful than mine. Send the chest forward. Fill up. Sink even deeper. 1 more full breath. And that's it for your chair. Release, fold. Take your feet hip width apart. You're going to come straight into gorilla. So hands underneath feet. Then take a halfway lift. And then fold. Elbows out wide. Maybe close your eyes. And really fold. Make sure you've got the bend in the knees there to help the lower back. And then let the head drop. And then push as much weight into the hands as you can. And maybe, just maybe, the heels might come off the mat. Even if it's just a millimetre. Coming in that balance. Awesome. Push down, you've got 2 more breaths. Last breath. And release, coming into your crow pose. So set it up, you can take baby crow, you can take maybe ekapada, whatever you like. Find that strength. As the hips come up high, the feet will just naturally float up off the mat. And we stay here for 5, it's power, be strong. 4, 3, 2, if you've got a low push up, take it. Otherwise, just meeting back in downward facing dog. Awesome. Taking 2 deep breaths. And then walk your feet forward, all the way to the front of the mat. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. 1 more halfway lift, inhale. And then walk them back, coming straight down into your forearm plank. I buggered that up, so that felt a bit funny, that's why. But we got there, exactly where I wanted us to go. I had a bit of a memory fart then. But anyway, be strong. It's that persistence of not giving up, huh? So yeah, push the floor away with the forearms, lengthen through the body just like we're doing in our planks. Breathe, focus. 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down, and you're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So forearms on the mat still, pushing the floor away. Get a nice stretch through the abs. Close the eyes and breathe. Two more breaths. Last breath. And then just placing the hands down by the side, come into a nice big upward facing dog. So push the floor away, draw the breath in, get a big stretch through the chest, and then back into downward facing dog as you exhale. And then setting yourself up for half pigeon. So right leg can come up, open if you like, bring that right knee to your right wrist. If you struggle with half pigeon, you can take the option of coming down on your back, and you can bend one knee up, like so, and place the opposite ankle on that knee. You can even loop through and pull it in. Get a little bit more of a hip opener here. Close the eyes. So that persistence, we have to keep on pushing. Not pushing people's buttons, because sometimes when I want something, I can be very persistent about it. Not that way. We've just got to keep on pushing though, with our ambition, which is our path to our success, using that persistence to get there. Not giving up, looking for that final victory. We'll all get through this together. As hard as it is, it'll take time. It's not going to happen overnight. But we will definitely come out the other side. We'll come out stronger. We'll probably come out a lot better people. We'll appreciate a lot more things that we took for granted. And I'm really hoping there's just a big turning point in this universe for all of us. You've got 5 more breaths this side. So if you want to take a different variation, mermaid, just take it there now. Last breath. And then coming out of it now, if you need to stay on that side, you need a little bit longer on that side, feel free. Otherwise, coming back for your down dog, or you can swap it straight over. Up to you. If you're on your back, just swap it over to the other foot. So bend the other knee up and place the opposite ankle on that knee. Breathe and release into it. We have our one and only pet is a lorikeet. His name's Ollie, and he's very, very cheeky. And he's a really persistent little bugger. When he wants something, he just squawks, or he just goes insane sometimes.
And he just keeps at it. Bang, 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 bang. Until either D or me give up. Or we throw him in his cage and put a cover over him and put him in laundry. But he is a persistent little bugger. And I love that about him. And we can understand him. We can work out what he wants. We came home the other day because he's always out of the cage. And we were busy with ourselves talking about something and we were caught up and we forgot to let him out. And all of a sudden he just started screaming his head off. And we let it go for a bit, we didn't really know, so then we both looked at each other and went, oh! We forgot to let little Ollie out. But it was his persistence that got him his victory, and that was getting him out of the cage. So it is naturally in us. 5 more breaths. So use it, embrace it. Last breath. And then just releasing out of it, coming down onto your backs, hug your knees into your chest, squeeze them in. Once you're there, get a little release through that lower back, and then set yourself up for happy baby. Not going to be here for too long. We'll take happy baby just before we go into our inversions. So you're grabbing the feet or ankles, bend the knees, so we draw them down towards the armpits, keeping the back on the mat. Breathe. Last breath here. Release and come into your inversion. So Viparita Karani, laying flat on your back, legs to the sky. It's a nice gentle one. If you have shoulder stand supported, come up in your shoulder stand. Headstanders, if you had that in your practice, take that. Just 3 more breaths here. And slowly transition into your plow pose if you're in shoulder stand. Viparita Karani, you can stay where you are, or you might want to hug your knees in your chest. As you come into plow, when the feet touch, then you can release the lower back. If they don't touch, no dramas. Mine don't touch a lot of the times. Just keep the back supported. It just keeps it nice and safe. Breathe. You feel a little bit restrictive this pose, so just focus on the breath. One more breath. As you start to come into death man's by bending the knees, taking them down towards the ears. Again, wherever your range, it doesn't matter. Your practice. Some days are different, some days are better, some days are worse. One more breath here. And the last little bit of core, you're going to come out of it one leg at a time, then slowly lowering your legs down to the floor as you make your way into Matsyasana, fish pose, our counterbalance to our inversions. As you come down, placing the hands underneath the butt. Yeah, come up on the elbows, draw the elbows tight into towards the ribs, chest to the sky, head drops. Opportunity to take 3 deep breaths here, maybe lion's breaths. Yeah, you breathe it out. One more breath. And release out of it nice and slow. Hug knees back into your chest just to set yourself up for your supine twist. So knees will go to the right or left, doesn't matter, just take your head the opposite way. Any variation with the legs, doesn't matter. And then keeping the eyes closed, swap it over to the other side. Last breath. And release Shavasana. Legs long, palms up. Relax. Just melt. Well deserved. Persistence pays off. Take this as your victory. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Making little small movements, fingers, toes, maybe circling the wrist out. And making your way just onto that right side, just for a moment. Keeping the eyes closed. And then slowly, just coming back up to a seated position, eyes closed, hands to heart. Anjali Mudra. We'll close our practice with that connection of Om. So take your breath in. Thumbs to third eye as we bow. And that light within me honours and respects that same light within you. And together we say, Namaste. 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 Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Have a lovely night. Thanks, Hun, for joining me too.
Thanks.
And hopefully we'll see you soon, and stay safe.
Bye. Bye.